Okay, hello everyone. Stevo here with Stevo's Gaming Dungeon, here to give you a quick guide for linking your Heroforge account and uploading Heroforge figures into TaleSpire. I am going to provide this link up here, heroforge.talespire.com. I'll put that in the description. That's a pretty good starter guide. I'm just going to be adding a couple things that they don't include. So for starters, you need to go to heroforge.com and make your figurine. And once you're done, I have this goblin blacksmith that I've been working on. You need to save it, and I would go to save as first. I've already done this, but you would go to save as and name it whatever you want. Then once that's done, you go to buy. You do actually have to buy these figurines. You can't just create one and upload it for free. Luckily, it's the cheapest option here, or one of the cheapest options. And that's going to be the 3D digital. This is the one that you want to get into TaleSpire with. Okay, and then you just click on the terms and conditions, basically, or what's showing up here. Download for 1 credit, and then success. Your mini is forging, and whatever email you have associated with the account, you'll get a notification. One thing I like to do at this point is save again. For some reason, it requires an additional save after this process. I'm not sure why, but just I think it helps speed up the process of delivering it to your game. That's just me guessing. I'm not sure, but I've kind of noticed it helps speed it up a little bit. Then once you're done with that, one thing I also want to mention here is the base of your figurine. Currently, with Heroforge and TaleSpire, the base doesn't matter too much. For example, like if you change the shape, um, it's not going to show up in TaleSpire. The items that you put on the top of the base will, but the actual like shape and stuff, for some reason, TaleSpire kind of has it hard coded to just be the circle one, so don't worry about that too much. That being said, one thing you really want to make sure of when you're building your figurine, including the base, even though it doesn't show up, is you want to make sure that your figurine is done 100%. Take your time. Work on every little detail and make sure that it's done before you save it and before you buy it, because you cannot edit it afterwards. And they have a very hard terms and conditions on that. You can't email them and say, "Oh, I want to edit this figure." They're just going to tell you no. So take it from me. I've made dozens of figurines already, and every time I do, there's always one little thing that I wish I could change. Wish I could go back and do differently, but I can't. So honestly, my advice would be to create your figurine and then, sleep on it and wake up the next day and look at it again and just make absolutely 100% sure that you're ready to buy it, because it is $8. I mean, $8 is $8. So that's American money. So for you Europeans, I don't know I don't know how much it'll be for you, but yeah, $8 is $8, man. So I would highly recommend just take your time, pick everything very carefully. Choose your paints carefully, even the small details like the eyes. Everything. Just be really careful, because this figurine is going to mean a lot to you. You're going to be playing with it quite a bit. So yeah. Anyways, once that's done, once you have your figurine completed and you did the buy and you did the digital download, then what you're going to do now, you can open up heroforge.talespire.com and you can link it to your account. So the way you do that is, first you need to go into your Heroforge profile. Okay, you select and copy the access key, which is, I believe the access key is under your account, under your personal info. I'm not going to show mine because I'm streaming, but I believe it's under your personal info. I'm like 100% sure. So once you've done that, you got to copy the code here, just like they're showing in this screenshot here. Then you go into TaleSpire, and when you're at the main menu, right when you first open the application, there's this little cog in the top right. You're going to click on that, and in that menu, there's a place to put your Heroforge access key. You're just going to copy paste it right in there. Once you're done with that, your accounts are now connected. I would recommend a restart at this point, only because it could be buggy or it could take a while. It's always a good idea whenever you're connecting things together. Doesn't matter what it is, but for the sake of argument, this time we're just talking about Heroforge and TaleSpire. It's a good idea to just give it a restart. Once that's done, oh look at that, they do have a okay. Anyways, once that's done, you need to go into like a campaign or like a board. Okay, so first choose a campaign you're playing on, click play. That takes you into the board. Down at the bottom of the screen, now this is if you're a player. Okay, if you're a player, you're going to see this little orange tab sticking up. Make sure you hit that space bar so that you can see this little tab poke up. Then after a few seconds, a list of your... Now this is why a restart is a good idea, because it won't take a few seconds. They'll just be there. A list of your miniatures will appear. Start with, all the images are going to be gray. This is because they are not yet linked to the campaign. So you just simply click on an image, like just a left click, give it a second, and it'll begin its download. It literally only takes 5 seconds or so. And once it's done, TaleSpire will show that it's colored, like it's showing here. And then you can literally just left click and drag to plop it onto the board. Okay, and then the reverse process to unlink it. If you don't want it there anymore, you just left click it and it'll take it away. Now on the GM side, this is what I'm used to seeing. It's very, in fact, I think I've only seen it on the player side maybe once, but I'm always on the DM side. So on the DM side, it's pretty much the same thing, except when you're looking at the figurines, you have much more control. So you get in the same way, you bring up a board, and then when there's here, I'll bring up my game here. There's 2 little tabs when you click on figurines here, which is this little icon down here on the bottom left. This little person with, I don't know if those are ears or horns. It's this little icon down here. Click on that. Now, TaleSpire comes with a default library of figurines. Now, yours are going to be separate, so you're going to go towards the middle here, the bottom middle, and click on this little Heroforge tab, which is similar to the one that pops up for players, but as a DM, this one's going to pop up in the middle here. All right, and then all of the figurines. Now, make sure, for example, like these are the free figurines that I get each month. Okay, those are just kind of like freebies. They're separate. What you want to do is click on user at the top here. And then whenever your players upload their figures on the player side, they're going to show up here. Now, one thing to keep track of is this refresh button here. You're going to want to click on that and see, look, I just got my Goblin Blacksmith. I'm just going to left click at that. Give it a second. There, now she's in. Now I can just left click, and actually it's just a simple left click and it drags it for you. Left click again to drop it. Okay, now my blacksmith is where she needs to be. Okay, so after that, there's going to be this kind of like library of linked figurines. So one of the best ways, because you can see a lot of these are gray, I'm not using them. So then you're going to click on this little chain on the bottom left, below the little person icon, there's this little chain icon. You're going to click on that, and these are the figurines that I have linked with this campaign. If I go to a different campaign, these are going to be grayed out again. I will have to relink them. And the same goes for your players. They're going to upload and link them to the campaign, and then those player figurines will show up here. Now remember, it might take some time, so always encourage your players to restart. If they're doing this for the first time, it's a good idea to have them restart, because this is a little buggy. It's not perfect yet. It's still in early access. It's still beta. So it's always a good idea. Once they've linked it, just restart both apps, Heroforge and TaleSpire. And again, remember to save your figurine after you buy it. I'm not positive, but I think it helps speed up the process. Not sure why, but anyways, so that's it. That's it. Let's see. Is there anything else here? Managing your figures in your campaign, yeah, and have fun. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have anything else to worry about, if you have any questions, Heroforge does have a Discord right here. I was actually asking questions in there earlier today. And just go to the general chat, ask whatever you need. There are tons of people in there to help you. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Peace out.